Great question. Through a traditional recruiting process, I'm a big believer you can't. Anyone that says that they are a good recruiter, I believe, is genuinely lying to you. I believe there are different levels of luck. Like, some are luckier because they prepare better and they think through it better, and some will consider themselves not as lucky, but I don't think the preparation and the thought process and mentality was there behind it, which is why I'm such a believer in the inside sales program as a true training ground for whatever you're doing. And when we recruit for inside sales, we do a 2-day sales training forum where we're literally evaluating everything. And by that, I mean, the minute you walk in the door, how are you dressed? The minute you walk in the door, how are you communicating and talking to the other people in the room? How are you communicating and talking to the managers from our staff that are on that? We do sales training with you. What types of questions are you asking? How focused and intent are you from a sales training standpoint on what you're doing? We'll ask you some of those specific questions, but I believe that the best way to interview someone is to actually spend time getting to know them. And understand them. And the more you're able to do that, the more you're able to truly see how dedicated is this person, because someone can walk, talk, look, act, and say things the right way, but I can't measure what's in their heart in terms of the fortitude that they're going to have in terms of going out for the sale. And I will take a not buttoned up person with fortitude 10 times over taking someone who is buttoned up and looks the part that doesn't have that level of fortitude and backbone. And so that's why I believe the sales training forums are so important. I believe inside sales is so important. If we are looking generally, and we obviously we're in the premium sales area, if I'm looking to hire someone in premium sales, I like to look at people that have a track record of success. I know that's really easy to say, but I like to see people that aren't afraid of putting their numbers out there and being proud of what they've done and what they've accomplished in other places. You see a lot of resumes where they're trying to hide some of the numbers, and as a sales manager, it's, well, what are you hiding? Like, why don't you feel confident about the things that you've done and the things that you've improved or changed or grown with? I also like to ask questions around competitiveness, and when I'm asking questions, I don't want to ask questions that are just, are you competitive? I want them to describe to me situations in which they're competitive and how that competitiveness got them a win, or what they learned from a loss, and how they applied that to make themselves better. And the more specific they are in the answers, the more to me shows that they are actually competitive, hungry people. I remember we were interviewing a young lady who's gone on to have a tremendous level of success in sales, and I always have this conversation. She could remember like the volleyball being 3 inches wide, like when the competitive point happened, and how that turned the match for her team and whatever. And I remember talking, she's like, oh, I thought I wasn't going to get the job based on that. And I know this sounds so cliche, but I was like, no, you actually got the job because of the way that you answered that question. So from a more general standpoint, from a more tenured position, those are the things I'm looking for when I'm recruiting for that position. And I do want to make sure that we're not just doing it in a traditional environment, that we get an opportunity to bring them out here. They get an opportunity to see us, see our culture, see who we are. Doing some non-traditional interviews, walk and talk, stadium tours. The more we get to take them off of a traditional interview, and the more we get to know who they are, usually the better off our decision-making process is. The more we've rushed the process wherever I've been, including here at the Dynamo, the more mistakes we've made from a recruiting standpoint, the more that we've taken the time to get to know the people that we believe in and go after and recruit really talented people, the better the decisions have been.